in terms of what you have calculated, in terms of the you don't calculate the price as at 15th of November. You don't need to. You have to calculate the price as at 15th of or 30th of February. That's what you need. So 28, you want to tell me how you did the so? So this is what we have done so far, right? Now we have looked at 15.5. That's what we did before 15th of May. Sorry, somebody tried to ask me something of this bond. Now, one thing you have to understand when we calculate okay. One thing that you have to understand when we calculate the price of the bond, right? What is it giving me? It is giving me the present value of all of my future cash flows. All of my future cash flows, right? So remember, when I calculate the price as at 15th of May, it is looking at all these future cash flows after 15th of May and telling me these set of future cash flows are worth on 15th of May, that's the next coupon date. That's the next coupon date. No, 15th of May is the next coupon date. On 15th of May, all of these cash flows are worth 94.7958. 94.7958. So, do you see that instead of all of these set of cash flows that I am getting in the future, I can replace that whole set of cash flows and say this set of cash flows are equivalent to one cash flow of 94.7958 happening on 15th of May. So now today is 13th of February. Today is 13th of February. The next coupon is being paid on 15th of May. And after that, I have a set of cash flows that I will get as well. Now, on 13th of February, when I am standing here and I'm looking forward to the future, do you see that on 15th of May, it is like I'm going to receive a cash flow of 94.7958? Is that correct for me to say that? My bond, is it correct for me to say that from my bond on 15th of May, I can receive 94 or it is equivalent to 94.7958 in value?
We'll have to add the coupon amount as well.
That's correct, yes. So it is only half correct to say this because like Prasad pointed out, you have another cash flow. These are future cash flows. As at 15th of May, these are in the future, right? But on 15th of May also, there is a coupon, right? There is a coupon that I get on the 15th of May also. That coupon is not considered inside this 94.7958 because 94.7958 is the present value of your future cash flows. It does not have the coupon on that day. So actually, on 13/2, when I look at my future cash flows, I can say on 15th of May, I get a coupon of 5.5 plus all the cash flows that I get 7958 occurring on the 15th of May. Does that make sense? Now, on 15th of May, I have a cash flow of, how much is that? 96 point. So 94.7958 plus 5.5 is 96.2958. Am I correct? This is my future cash flow. So, what is the value of this cash flow today? What is the present value of my future cash flow? I now only have one cash flow. What is the value of it today?
Ma'am, the
I had to take it.
94.958 plus 5.5 is 96 is incorrect, no?
Oh, sorry. Yes. 100, no? Sorry, 100.295. Is that correct? Is it okay now? 100.2958. So this 100.2958, how much is it worth today? What is today? It's 92 days earlier. This is 90. This is 183. This is 92. Today is 92 days earlier. Calculate that. How do you calculate that?
Since we have calculated from up to 13th February from the previous coupon date, can't we just deduct that amount from 5.5?
You can't. Because that accrued interest, that is a separate adjustment, right? Here you're looking at what is this cash flow worth today. This 94 also has to be discounted over 92 days. And the 5.5 also has to be discounted over 92 days.
Madam, what I did was calculate the price 15th of November and future as of 15th of November 2023. I got the future present value of the future cash flows and added this accrued interest up to that, because then this 5.5 will anyway be included in that cash flows. No? So that's how I mean it. Because I was not sure how to make the adjustment there, so I went to the 15th of November one and added the accrued interest up.
Yeah, but then when you do that, what happens is you take this 94.7958 also, you discount it too much, right? That's what's incorrect about that. You discount it by 90 days more. This 94.7958, you're discounting it to a whole period. So Zanila, yes, you can use that formula. That's the formula you need to use. So, in terms of the question that was asked, this 94.7958 also then gets discounted too much. And then only you're adding that accrued interest, which is why that's not correct. You have to discount it to this number of days, to 92 days. So what's the equation that you will use? What's the equation you will use? Future value equals, or present value equals future value discounted by 1 plus r to the power n. That's it. So you know future value. You know r, use the correct n to find the present value. So you're doing the first sum. Don't worry that you don't understand. We'll discuss it. Okay. Let's do the sum. So you have to now discount this. N is, I think, wrong, Zanila. N must be wrong because it's too much. Future value has been present P is too low. So what is the price today or the present value? It is equals to the future value divided by 1 plus r to the power n. Now the only thing is, what are these inputs? What is the future value? What is the future value?
100.2958.
What is r? R is for the period.
Yeah, 12.25 multiplied by 92 divided by 180.
Okay, so that's a fair point. But technically, R is for the period, right? So in bonds, because you're still doing the same calculation, you're still in the same calculation, right? What I mean is, now, for example, when we do it in bills or whatever, you use simple discounting. That is correct. But here you are still discounting the same set of cash flows. You have discounted this using an R of 12.25 divided by 2. And it's a compounded discounting, right? You're using a compounding equation. So the same method should be used for the rest because you're still doing the same calculation. You're still finishing up the same calculation.
Okay.
So therefore, what is R? What is the R for the period? .06125, correct. 0.06125, right? That is 12.25 divided by 2. So R is that. To the power n. To the power n. So that is why I was telling you now earlier when you said multiply by 92 divided by 365. Why we don't do that is because we are still in the same sum, right? The cash flows, how we got 94.7958 is by discounting it on a to the power basis, to the power 1, to the power 2, to the power 3, to the power 4. Now we are discounting that set of cash flows up to this point. So therefore, we have to use to the power. What is the odd period? What is the odd period that we will use? What is n? N is not a whole period here. N is an odd period. How much is that? What divided by what?
92 divided by 180.
92 divided by 180. 180. Is
180,
it
182.
2? Right. This period, remember we saw this period had 182 days. So it had 182 days. Now we are discounting it over 92 days, right? So
Instead of that, if you take, if you annualize it, like without taking 6125, you take 1.1225 and 92 divided by 365, it's
you won't get the same answer
you won't get the same.
because 182 and 183 it's odd periods, right? So the interest coupon per day, the interest per day is a little bit different. Therefore, the answer won't be the same. And for bonds, when you're trading in millions and billions of rupees, that kind of makes an impact on your total value. And also, that plus the fact that 12.25 is a compounded semi-annually rate, right? So it's 6.125 for the semi-annual period. You just multiply it by 2 to show the rate, but it's actually on an AER basis, it's more than 12.125. So that also plays into your calculations.
So if you do it like that, considered completely wrong. Then
Yes, it is completely wrong. Yeah, that's right. You won't get the you won't get the answer that will be there for your bond calculation, and conceptually also because you can't use 12.125 because conceptually it is not the AER. So how much is this? $97.3267. Can somebody verify? Is that correct? $97. Can somebody verify whether this is correct or not, please? $97.4106. I have another answer. Okay, 97.3264. That's closer. That might be rounding error. So we'll stick with this. So let me just show this one more time to you, right? This is where we are. We are on the 13th of February. 13th of February to the next coupon payment date. Last coupon was paid on 15th of May or 15th of November. To the next coupon payment date, 15th of May. Oops. There are 92 days. Right? 92 days, and this whole period has 182 days. So really, 92 divided by 182 This is 0.5055. This period is n is equals to 92 divided by 182, which is 0.5055. years, right? Or periods, right? N is equals to 0.055 periods. Now, look at my cash flows. If I rewrote this again, then same thing I'm rewriting. I want to calculate the value of this bond today. So how will I do that? I will look at my future cash flows. My first cash flow occurs one period plus 0.5055 periods away. 1.055 periods away, right? That's my first cash flow of 5.5. My second cash flow occurs 1.055 plus another period. So 2.5055 periods away. This is my second cash flow. Like this, I will keep on getting coupons. And my last cash flow will occur 12.5055 periods away. That's where I get my coupon plus face value. So what is the price? The price is the present value of my future cash flows. So what is my price really? My price is 5.5 discounted by 1 plus R to the power, sorry, this is not 1.055, this is 0.055. This is 1.055. Sorry. 0.055. This is 1.5055. This is 2.5055 and so on, right? So what is really, if I did my sum from basics, remember the first sum that we did from basics? This 5.5 will be discounted at 1 plus R. R is 6.125 over 0.5055 years. Right, or periods, sorry. And then the second cash flow would be discounted over 1 plus R to the power 1.5055 periods. And like this, I will keep on discounting all my cash flows, and the last cash flow will be discounted over, that's 105.5, will be discounted over 12.5055 periods. Right. That's the price. This is from basics. This is how I'm supposed to do it. But now what do? I decompose this into two pieces. Where I say piece number 1, I can look at up to this point, because actually, what is this 1 plus R to the power 0.5055 or 1 plus R to the power 1.5055? What is that? That is essentially odd periods. I can't use my equation, my formula for this, right? So I decompose this into two groups. One is a whole period and one is an odd period. So what do? I have two cash flows. I have a set of cash flows starting from this period, right? I don't consider the first 5.5. This period is 0. This is 1. This is 2. This is 12. And this is my first part, where I find the present value of these future cash flows. Right? Present value of these future cash flows. But when I take these future cash flows, do you see I have not considered this 5.5? The present value of these future cash flows will give me a value of 90. How much do we get? 94 point. I don't have the value with me. If I go from this page, everything.
97.3267.
Is it 97 or 94? No. This is the present value of these cash flows.
Sorry.
94 point.
7958.
7958. Right. Thank you. So here I haven't taken this 5.5 into account. I have another cash flow that occurs. That's the second part. This is the first set of cash flows. This is the second set of cash flows. The first set of cash flows have equal full periods, right? One first period, second period, third period. But do you see, it happens, the first set of cash flows happens after 0.5055 periods, right? But the first set of cash flows I've taken up full period cash flows, and they are equal in value to a 94 rupee cash flow occurring after 0.5055 periods. And then this one I haven't taken into account, this first 5.5. So that also I have to take into account. That's my second part. So after 0.055 period, I also have 5.5 of them in years. Now both these cash flows, I have to discount to today. It's the same thing. Here without, what did I do? I took out from this equation the 0.5055, right? I rewrote this equation. To something like, I take out 5.5 into 1 plus r to the power 0.5055, right? And what am I left with? This part becomes 1. This part becomes 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power 1. This part becomes 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power 2, because I've taken out 0.5055 here. That's what I've done. By breaking it into 2, what have I done? I've separately found this piece by whole numbers, and then I add this piece and discount it over the auto period to get P. Is that okay? Can I move away from this slide? Any questions here?
Madam, small clarification. Now, at 15th of May, without the coupon, the price would be 94.795.
That's correct.
Right?
Yes.
So we have calculated the accrued interest from November 15th to 13th of February.
That's correct.
Right? So now, anyway, this 5.5, this coupon payment would be 5.5 at 15th of May. So
Exactly.
when we deduct this accrued interest amount from 5.5 and add it to the figure on 15th of May, will that be correct? No.
Deduct accrued interest from 5.5 and add it to the figure on 15th. That's not correct. Because you're not discounting that 15th of May figure, right? This is a mistake a lot of people do. I've seen this like being shown somewhere else. So I show you actual transaction that took place, right? I chose this transaction specifically because this is the actual transaction, actual market transaction that took place, and I had the confirmation, the deal confirmation for it. So I'll show you the deal confirmation. If your numbers are correct, we should be getting the same answers. So okay. So now let me ask you the second question. I confuse you a little bit even more, right? This 97.32, right? Now, what have we done? We've taken this coupon and we've taken that whole thing and discounted it to settlement date. That next coupon plus the 94.57, we've discounted it to settlement date, right? That's what we have done. Now, we've got this answer, 97 point. Okay. 97.3267. This is the answer that we have. Can I ask you, is this the clean price or the dirty price? Is this the clean price or the dirty price? It is the present value of my future cash flows. It is the discounting of my next cash flow of 94.7958. That is the future cash flows from 15th of November, plus the coupon, the next coupon that I'm receiving, plus the next coupon I'm receiving. So, is this the clean price or the dirty price?
Dirty price.
Dirty price, yeah.
The dirty price, correct. The next coupon is inside this price. This is the dirty price, right? So when we discount and get the present value of future cash flows, right? The answer that we get is always the dirty price. That's very important to remember. When we discount and get the present value of future cash flows, the answer that we get is the present value, the dirty price. So if I wanted to find the clean price, the quoted price in the market, what should I do?
Calculate the present value of future cash flows at the coupon date.
No, you've done that. What do you mean at the coupon date?
At the accrued interest.
You had to add the accrued interest or deduct the accrued interest. This is the dirty price.
Deduct.
Yes. You have to deduct the accrued interest because dirty price is equals to clean price plus accrued interest. So I have to deduct accrued interest to come up with the clean price. So how much is my accrued interest? 94.79, 2.719. 2.719. So how much is my clean price? How much is my clean price? $94. If you have questions, you all should ask. Right, 4.6069. Okay. Right, 4.6067. Can you also please calculate the last part? Total purchase consideration. What is the total purchase consideration on 150 million face value? You have two prices now. Dirty price is 973267. That's the dirty price. And the clean price is 94.6069. So, what is your total purchase consideration? How much are you going to pay in total if you're going to purchase 150 million face value? That's correct, Johnny. How much? Okay. So the question is, do you calculate your total proceeds? Is it on dirty price or is it on clean price? That has nothing to do with this sum. No, this is something that we did in the previous sums. Your total purchase consideration, is it on dirty price or clean price?
Dirty price.
It's on dirty price, right? So therefore, quoted price is clean price. If you look at the market, you will see the clean price being quoted. But when we have to pay, we pay on dirty price. So divided by 100, multiplied by 150 million, and you're getting 145.99. I hope your calculations, all of you all, are correct so that we have a nice sum to discuss. 99.0. Let's see how accurate we are. So this sum is an actual trade that took place in the market, right? It's an actual trade that took place in the market. And this is the trade confirmation of this sum. So you can see here, I've deleted I've taken off the details that will highlight names and primary dealers and all that, right? But you can see here, this is the deal. The deal has taken place on 9th of February. On spot basis, you can see because the settlement is happening on 13th of February. This is a LKB 1530 E15 to bond. So maturity date is 15th of May. Right? Yield to maturity, which is what we used as our required rate of return, is 12.25. Clean price 94.6069. Is that what we got? 94.6069. Right? We got the clean price. 94.6069. Dirty price 97.3267. 97.3267. Correct. Okay. Face value 150 million. So therefore, your settlement is 145.99 million. 145.99 million. Right. Accrued interest 2.7198. We didn't do the full thing. No? So accrued interest is 2.7198. You can calculate whether you get divided by 100 into 150 million. You should get a settlement accrued interest of 4.079. Okay. So you can see here coupon rate is 11% of this bond. That also is information that was given to you. Coupon payment is 8.25 million. That also we calculated right at the beginning, remember? Coupon payment is 8.25 million. And coupon payment dates, 15th of May 2030, starting from 15th of, so this is from the beginning, from the time it was issued. Okay. These are all the coupon payment dates. So how much do you have to settle? 145 million 990 050 99. Yeah. Okay. So good job. We got exactly the same answer. I was I was worried that we might have rounding off errors, but so we got exactly the same answer as a real world transaction, right? So you can see here what's important to us. How do we do this? When we have a sum of a bond trading on in between periods, right? What do? We look at what is the last coupon date, what is the next coupon date, right? We look at what is the settlement date. Trade date is not as important as the settlement date, right? Because it's to the settlement date that we do the sum. Once we know the settlement date, we know what is D1, D2, and D3. Right? And what do? We assume, these are the steps. We assume next coupon payment date is year 0. Next coupon payment date, not last, next. Next coupon payment date is year 0. And we calculate, what is the first step? We calculate the present value of future cash flows, right? Calculate the present value of future cash flows as at the next coupon date, right? As at the next coupon date. Then, what's the second step? At the next coupon. At the next coupon. Because that has not been taken into account, so you add the next coupon. Right. And what's the third step? Discount over the odd period. So the present value of future cash flows on the next coupon date plus the next coupon, you have to discount to the settlement date. Right? Discount to the settlement date. So how do you discount it to the settlement date? You use 1 plus R. R is the R for the period, right? R for the period, required rate of return for the period, to the power N. N is what? D2 divided by D3. D2 divided by D3. Okay. And that gives me my price. What is this price that I get when I discount it? This price is my dirty price. If I need my clean price, I need to find my accrued interest. If I need it only. Fourth and fifth steps are optional, depending on whether you need the dirty price or the clean price, right? If you need the clean price, you first need to find the accrued interest, which is the next coupon multiplied by D1 divided by D3. And the fifth step is to find the clean price. You use the dirty price minus the accrued interest. That's the steps that you follow. It's actually, once you have the process in your head, it's not difficult, right? What is the process? Calculate the price to the next coupon. Next coupon being period 0. Add the next coupon. Discount it for the odd period, you will get your dirty price. If the question asks you for the dirty price, or if the question asks you for the total sales proceeds or purchase proceeds or something, that's all you have to calculate, nothing else. This is the end of that question. If the question asks you the quoted price or the clean price, there's two more steps to do. Calculate accrued interest and deduct accrued interest from the calculated dirty price. Any questions?
This, sorry, can you clarify again how that is the dirty price?
How that is the dirty price? Because it has this coupon inside it, right? So what is the dirty price? The dirty price is the price with the coupon. Clean price is the price without the next coupon, right? Sorry. Clean price is the price without, it's trading without the coupon, correct? Dirty price is the price when you have to pay or you have to compensate the seller for the coupon, that he is missing out on. So when you really calculate this, when you find the present value of your future cash flows, that 5.5 is the next coupon. That 5.5 is included inside this. It has been discounted and included inside this, right? See this portion? It is inside this price. Because it is inside this price, it is with the coupons. That's why it's the dirty price.
Okay. So far, if we added the accrued interest, no? We
You
calculate
added the
price.
accrued interest because so far you added the accrued interest. Good question. Because all the questions previous to this question, what was given to you was the quoted price, what was there in the market, right? That if you look at those questions, what was given to you was the price quoted in the market. So always the price quoted in the market is the clean price. So actually, when you do the calculations, your calculations first spew out the dirty price. And then only you have to do one more step to find the clean price. But that's the price that you quote when you quote it in the market. So you display on the market, whatever, it's the clean price that you display. So once you have the quoted price, then you have to add the accrued interest. But here, you are doing the calculation from basics, and the basics from the fundamentals calculation will always give you the dirty price.
Okay. Then now we calculated using the previous formula of COR into 1 minus 1 plus R to the power minus M. And then
Okay.
plus FV over 1 plus R to the power N. We
Hmm.
got the clean price there.
We got the clean price there because it is, whether it's clean price or dirty price, what we get a price that has no interest inside it, right? It's actually not the clean price. It's neither the dirty price nor the clean price. If you have to say, it is actually the dirty price. It's not necessarily the clean price. But because there is no accrued interest, clean price equals the dirty price in that position, because you are right on the coupon payment date.
Thank you.
We can use that formula, the previous formula only on the coupon payment dates, no ma'am. Otherwise, we'll have to take into account of this accrued interest and those
and
parts.
the additional discounting. That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So that formula can only be used on full coupon payment periods. So you always calculate that formula for coupon payment dates. Okay. Let's try another question. This is a past paper question. This is last year's paper. Let's try this question, part number D, question number 5. Your past paper is uploaded now. So if you want to, you can download the past paper. It's in the portal. I finally have access to the portal, so everything is uploaded. So you can download it if you want to. The paper is here as well. Let's try this question quickly. So this was it's like your papers are scenario based, right? In the sense that there is a what do you call it? Unseen, a case study that's given before the paper. And then you have the questions that you answer based on that case study, right? So this is the case study that is applicable to this question. So you read through the case study. All of this information is not going to be relevant for you. Right? All of this information is not going to be relevant. So read through the case study and look at what information is relevant for you to do this sum. So this scenario we actually looked at last time also, if you remember, for those of you who were there. It's a green bond. Remember, when we talked about green bonds, I showed you this scenario. So now we are asking what should be the quoted price on the Luxembourg Stock Exchange on a certain date. Or two questions. What is the total cash outlay? And the second part says, what is the quoted price? When you're doing the question, you do it for 100 euro face value. And in the final step, find the cash out. Right? So do it for 100, do everything for 100 just to make it easy to compare. Otherwise, it's okay whichever way you do it. But just to make it easy, because I will be working out based on 100. So it's 1,000 rupee face value per bond. Let's work it out on 1,000 rupees. If you all have done it already on 100, don't worry about it. That's okay. Just don't make the mistake of doing 1 on 1,000, the coupon on 1,000, and then use the face value of 100, right? That has to be consistent. You see 3 face values here. You have a 1 billion face value. That's the total issue size. They are raising an issue which has a 1 billion face value, right? So that's the amount of money. That's the total issue size. Of that 1 billion face value, investor is purchasing 50,000 face value. Each bond is 1,000 face value. Each single bond is 1,000 face value. This is not relevant for your calculation, this calculation, right? Part C is on yields. So next time when we do the yields, I will ask you, I will, at the end of the yield section, we'll do this sum again. But what does this mean? Bond has an offer price at the time of issue, right? This is offer price, means at the time of issue. So this is today's 23rd of August, 2024. So we are not concerned about this for your sum right now, what we're doing today. But what do you mean by the bond has an offer price of 95.85% and pays? What does that mean? 95.85%.
Is it offered at a discount?
That's
The
right.
face-
Face value is, that's correct. So at the time this bond was issued in 2021, right? When the first time when this bond was issued in 2021, you can see here they did the issue in 2021. It was offered at 95.85 of 1,000. So that means the price of this bond on the very first time it was offered is 958.50. That's not relevant for us to do this sum today, right? We're talking about now it's 2024. So this is not relevant for us, but for you to do the part C of this sum, which is not something that we're doing today, to do part C of the sum, that would have been relevant. If you have any doubts, clarifications, if you want, just put it on chat and ask, is this C or whatever, or like put in your inputs at any point in time. I will clarify, right, whether it's correct or not. So 7 marks means this is roughly about a 15-minute sum. Okay, Raj, I'll wait for another answer. Clarify to check. Niraj and Prasad, you are getting different answers on your total proceeds. One is not correct. So on this sum, what are the things now? Total cash outlay. This bond matures on 14th of June 2028. These are the things that we need to know. Matures on 14th of June 2028. Annual coupons, annual. Every 14th of June. What is the coupon rate? 3.75. However, if you don't achieve the SPT targets, then your coupon will increase by another 2.5%. Coupon rate will increase by another 2.5%. So now we are here, 23rd of August 2024. Right. What's the first step? What is your trade date, settlement date? What is your last coupon? What is your next coupon? So today is Friday, 23rd of August, spot settlement. So what is your trade settlement date?
August.
27th of August. Yes, 27th of August. Twenty-seventh of August. Last coupon was paid on
14th June 2024.
14th June 24. And next coupon will be paid on 14th June 25. Right. So how much is D1, D2, and D3? How much is D1? June means it's 16 days.
D1 77.
77. 6 June, July, August.
Sorry,
So
74.
D1
74.
is 74. Okay. That's D1. D1 is 74. D2. Oh, with D3, it's easy. D3 is 365, correct? 24 to 25. So it's D3 is 365. There is no leap year in between. Therefore, I know D2. D2 is 365 minus D1. Is it 281? $281 days, correct?
Yes, ma'am. So
291, right?
5. $291. Okay. Thanks. $291 days, right? Fine. So 14th of June is considered 25 is considered 0. If this is 0, what is N? Fourteenth of June 25 is 0. It's maturing 14th of June 28. N
Three.
is 3. What is R?
0.07.
0.07, correct. And what is C?
6250.
6250. Yes. Why is C 6250? It is not 375 because you are in breach of the SPTs. Because you are in breach of the SPTs, your C is 375 plus 250. (6.25%), right? That is the coupon rate. So what is the coupon? 1,000 into 6.25. $62.50. Now I can put it to my equation. What is my price? excuse me, it's 6250. Divided by 0.07 multiplied by 1 minus 1 plus r to the power minus 3 plus 1000, right? Don't make the mistake of putting 6250 here and 100 here. That's a common mistake we make because we're so used to 100. So if you put 6.25 here, you can put 100 here. 1.07 into 3. And this comes to how much is this? Sorry, how much is this, Chris? Y'all got it wrong or what's the issue?
The first part is, ma'am, 164.02677. That's what I got.
164 point meaning which one? What do you mean first part? The total cash outlay.
Total is 980.35277.
Right. This one, the answer for this one is 16. You multiply by 50,000, is it? Can you just divide by 50,000 and help me? What is the amount? Then multiply by 1,000.
Price, the total purchase consideration here for 1,000 face value.
For 1,000 face value on 14th June, what is the price?
980.352775. I don't know whether I'm correct, but that's the figure I got.
Okay. So that's, others tell me, otherwise your answers will be wrong, okay? So that is as at 14 June 2025, you have 980.352.
180.3176.
980.3176, is it?
Yes, same answer.
3176. What's the next part? You add the coupon. You add to this the coupon. So you add the coupon here. Don't have a lot of room. 62.5. And then what do you do? Discount it. Over how many days? Discount the 1.07 over 291 days. 291 over 365. And how much is that? You discount it to this point.
Madam, a small question. This when we go on to decimal points where we say 1.07 into the power minus 3, that figure also we'll have to stop at four decimals, is it?
No, if your last, so always it depends on what your last answer is going to be, right? If your last answer for this should be at least 4 decimal points, then you should stop your in-between checks at 5 decimal points, one more.
Right, because I usually go with this kind of into the power calculations. I went up to 6 decimals, so
That's
probably
okay.
that's why
Then
I
yours
always
should be
get
more
it.
accurate. Yeah. Then yours should be more accurate because you stop at least 1 decimal above the final answer's decimal points. That's how you should generally look at it.
Right.
So
Thanks.
1.07. How much is this? It is, so this part is correct. It's 980.3176. I just did the calculation, even for the full decimal places, it's 980.3176. So there is something wrong in your calculation there, some small thing that's missing. Plus 62.5 divided by 1.07 to the power of 291 by 365. Answer is 900, apparently 88 plus a 0.0558. Okay. That's the answer. So what is this answer? Is this the dirty price or the clean price?
Dirty price.
Is the dirty price. So for the first part of the question, is this enough? Or is there more you need to do? Do you need to calculate accrued interest? For the first part of the question, total cash outlay. What's the next step to calculate total cash outlay?
Multiplied by the face value.
Yes. So this 988 is for 1,000 face value. So for 50,000, what is your total cash outlay? 40. Is it 4884.09? 40884.09.
49,402.
49.02. Okay. 49,402.79. That's the answer to the first question. What is the total cash consideration of this transaction? Right? That's the first question. Second part? Second part says, what is the quoted price? So to find the quoted price, what do you have to do? You have to find the clean price. We know that the dirty price is 988.0558. Right? 988.0558. I had to find the accrued interest, and I had to remove the accrued interest to get the clean price. So how much is accrued interest? Accrued interest is 62.5 for the year, divided by 365, multiplied by D174. How much is accrued interest?
$1.2671.
Is it 1 point? Okay, 1.26. That's what I'm asking. Is it 1 point or 12 point?
2.6715.
12.67. That's why you have to be careful about these questions. The tricky part is making sure that 1,000 and 100, because you're so used to 100. 12.6710. So you reduce the accrued interest, 12.6710, to come up with the clean price. Sorry. Is that right? If it's wrong, tell me, please. Oops. $965.3848. That's the quoted price on the Luxembourg Stock Exchange. The quoted price would be 965.3848. Any questions here? So you see, the sums when you start obviously look complicated because for some of you it's new sections and all that. But there is a process of doing it, and you follow the process, and it's a logical process, right? You calculate the price for the next coupon at the next coupon and discount it over the short period. That's it. That's all you do to get the dirty price. Find the accrued interest, deduct it to get the clean price. That's it.
Ma'am,
So-
credit says I got 975.3856.
988 minus 12.6710, is it?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, obviously my deduction is wrong. Sorry about that. 975.386, is it?
3856.
3856. 975. 0.3856.
3848.
Is that right?
3848.
3848. Right. So, okay. So we've run over the time that I wanted to. I was thinking because we only had this, I could go a little bit over the assignment because the first part is up, right? Your first part is uploaded in on LMS. First part meaning the data file and the data, the information is not uploaded yet. Can you give me like 5 minutes to explain the assignment? Just to quickly take you through it. Is that okay? 5 to 10 minutes. Otherwise, go through it yourself. Next week, we will discuss it. Okay. So I'll take just 5 to 10 minutes. I won't go through it in detail because I have lost time. But let me just quickly say these. Okay, on your LMS, I have uploaded these two files, right? So the first one is,
Madam, we are still in the PowerPoint slides.
it should have moved now. Has it moved now?
Right, yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. So on your LMS, this would have been uploaded, right? This is already uploaded. Where this is the basics of your assignment. So you have a fund. Essentially, you've been given a mutual fund. So next week, what will happen is we will stop the bond section for pause it, and we'll do the mutual fund section. It's not required for assignment, but it will help you in terms of understanding. So we start on that, right? For those of you who are not aware of mutual funds, it will just like give you a primer. So because of that, we'll start on that. Therefore, we'll stop or pause the bond section now that we finished the valuation. What's next is your yields, right? So we pause that for the moment. We'll jump to mutual funds next week. We'll do a little bit on the mutual funds before we come back to the yield section on bonds. So what you all have is a mutual fund. You all have to manage a unit trust fund. Your group, which is minimum of 4 and maximum of 8 members, is a mutual fund manager, essentially managing a portfolio. Now, there is a pre-existing portfolio that has been provided for you. Okay. So this pre-existing portfolio, which I have not uploaded yet, because that will be uploaded on Monday with the data file. Easy to share the screen. Okay. Monday it will be uploaded with the data file, and the pre-existing portfolio will look something like this, right? It will look something like this. So as at the 21st of March was last Thursday, you will get a portfolio that already has investments inside it. Like, for example, there are shares, right? John Keys Tobacco. There are some unit trusts. There are some bills, bonds, short-term, like commercial papers, debentures inside this portfolio, right? So you get this portfolio to your hands. This portfolio is roughly 150 million in size with a 15 rupee price at the moment. So what will happen is you will now have to take this portfolio, and you will have to, there's a new client that's bringing in 600 million on the 21st. So now you know what your portfolio value is on the 21st, right? So there is a client who's bringing in new money. So that 600 million now has to get invested. So you have the choice of investing in bills, bonds, commercial paper, securitized paper, not yet, because there is nothing on the market at the moment, but your market at the moment, but different investments, including shares, right? So you pick and choose. The only thing is to make sure that you all touch on every single investment. Because some of you may be very familiar with bonds, some of you may be very familiar with shares. So you will invest all that 600 million in the counter that you're very familiar with. So to make sure that you invest across the board in everything, there are minimum allocations for the new investment, that is for the 600 million. That 600 million, there are some minimum allocations that you have to at least invest in some equity, some unit trust, some bills, some bonds, like that, right? After this minimum allocation, which is like a very small allocation, everything else is up to you. to decide where you want to invest, how you want to invest, what shares you want to invest, right? And for that, from Monday, there'll be a file that is provided. This is called a data file, right? So this file will be dated 21st of March. 21st of March. So on the 21st of March, you use the share market closing price data that is on the Colombo Stock Exchange. Okay. So for example, you go to the market, you go to the CSE daily, and you download the CSE daily as at Friday, right? So last Friday, you download it as at Friday, 22nd, because the money will be invested from the 22nd, okay? Because it says here, cash received by the client, that 600 million, will be utilized for investments on the 22nd of March. So the 22nd March closing prices is where you can invest. So you go to the CSE daily and you can find all the share prices on the 22nd of March, right? So this pink section is where all the share prices on the 22nd of March is, and you use the closing price. You can't use the highs and the lows. You use the closing price. You decide what shares you want to buy. You want to buy HND, you want to buy John Keells, right? Renuka Holdings, whatever shares that you want to buy. You use the closing price, and based on the closing price, you buy the shares that you want to. Like this, the data file will tell you how to pick and choose investments. Like for example, unit trusts, you go to the unit trust website and you pick and choose investments. Bills and repos, you go to the central bank website and pick and choose investments. So the data file will tell you how to, where to, and places where it's a little bit more difficult, I will give you, like for example, FDs. There are so many FDs from so many banks, right? So because of this, I will compile it for you and send it across. Debentures also I will compile for you. These are some hypothetical numbers based on the current interest rates that I will send it across, right? So these two I will compile for you. Otherwise, all of this equity, unit trust, bills and repos, you will get from the source data itself. Then, so you pick and choose and you will invest into the portfolio. So you will, for example, if you want to invest in John Keells, you say, I want to invest in John Keells, right? And you say, I'm investing on the 22nd of March, 2024. I want to buy 10,000 shares of John Keells at what price? At 109. That's the closing price of John Keells on 22nd of March. So I say at 190. Once I enter 190, these are automatically calculated for you. So you don't have to do a lot of calculations. The assignment is about picking shares, picking bonds. What are the bonds you want to buy? What are the shares you want to buy? And you input that information, automatically these prices get calculated for you. Okay. So how much is your cost? All that gets calculated for you. So what you have to do is pick and choose where you want to invest, how much you want to invest, and then the price, you have to use the actual price that is there for that day, closing prices. So yeah, so this is the basics of your assignment. We'll go to it in more detail. We'll look at, like, for example, your bonds. Your bonds, when you have to enter, you have to use, like, you have to say, okay, which bond do I want to buy? So for example, what you will use is from the central bank website, you download on the 22nd of March, you download the summary report. All of this is there, right? How to do this, all of this is there in your data file. And you go to the treasury bond quotes and you see the treasury bond quotes are given here. And you pick the treasury bond you want to buy. Let's say you want to buy the I don't know, let's just put a number. Let's say that you want to buy the 1st August bill, the bond. So you say, I want to buy the 1st August bond. This is the bond I want to buy. And then, so this is, I'm buying from the secondary market because you have the ability to purchase from the secondary market, or you have the ability to purchase from the auction. And then what is the coupon rate of this bond? So the bond you can see here is 11% bond, right? 11% bond. I want to buy 50 million or 100 million, or what is the face value that I want to buy? Here I'm buying 500 million because that's what I typed. And then at what purchase consideration? To find the purchase consideration, which will be automatically calculated for you, right? This will be automatically calculated for you, but you need to enter these details that are there in colored format, right? And when you go down, obviously this colored format will remain, right? So at what rate do I buy the bond? So you have to understand you've been given the buying rate and the selling rate. This is from the side of the dealer who's selling the bond to you. So if you're buying, you buy at this rate, right? When you read it, you'll understand. Don't worry about it. I'm going too fast because I want to finish this fast, right? So you buy at 10.26. So I enter that. I want to buy at 10.26. And then it asks, okay, what is the last interest payment date and what is the next interest payment date? Last coupon, next coupon. So today I'm buying this bond on, did I enter that? When am I buying this bond? Purchase date. Purchase date is 22nd of March, right? I'm purchasing this bond on 22nd of March. So on the 22nd of March, this bond matures on, I didn't enter that one. 1st of August 24. So if this bond matures 1st of August 24, what is the next coupon date? 1st of August 24. What is the last coupon? Same date, 6 months later. So if this is maturing 1st of August 24, then last coupon was paid on 1st of February 24. Right. So I enter that. And then I have to enter my accrued interest. Accrued interest calculation, I can put it, but because it is part of your scope of, coverage in terms of our syllabus, I have kept it open there for you all to do the accrued interest calculation. So you know that this is per 100 rupee bond, right? Accrued interest per 100 rupee bond, and then it will automatically calculate it for the size of the bond that you're buying. So for the 100 rupee bond, my coupon rate is 11% into 100 rupees into what is the accrued interest? Accrued interest is I've written the equation here as well. As you can see, the equation is written here as well. Accrued interest is the difference between, what is D1? D1 is the difference between my purchase date and the last interest payment date. And D3 divided by D3. D3 is the difference between next interest payment date minus last interest payment date. So that's my accrued interest. And automatically, did you see this 501 changed in value to 516 as soon as I put my accrued interest. So calculations are not something you need to do. Okay. By the time I buy 500 million of this and 1 million of this, I'm very close to finishing off my allocation of 600 million, right? So therefore, I probably can't buy 500 million worth of bonds. I probably have to buy something a little lower than 500 million, right? So like this, you pick and choose. Calculations, most of the calculations are done for you. Small calculations remain for you, but most of these calculations have been done for you. Okay. So read through the assignment, get into groups. For those of you who are finding it difficult to get into groups, I have created another page, right? So this is also uploaded right now. It's uploaded. Go to this page. All groups must go to this page and enter your group names, numbers, everything, right? So your group name, there is a format that's given in your assignment for your group name. You can't pick and choose a group name. There is a format for your group name. please use that format. That's for me, to make it easy for me to find my emails once I start getting the emails, right? How many members in your group? 4 members to 8 members. Minimum 4, maximum 8. And contact details of one group member, right? Mobile and email. This is for the benefit of people in the group, people outside of the group who don't have groups. Because you all don't meet physically until once a month, right? So very difficult for some people to find groups, but you have penalties if you don't have minimum of 4 people in a group. So please, all groups must enter. If you don't enter, there are still penalties. It's written here. Where is that? So all groups have to enter this information before next Saturday, right? Otherwise, there's a 5-mark penalty. 5-mark penalty if you don't enter the information, if you don't have the minimum and maximum number of people in the group. If you don't have 4 groups by 30th, that 4 people in your group by 30th, that's okay. Minimum, your 5-mark penalty for the minimum number will come at the time of final evaluation of the assignment, right? But this is to give an opportunity for others to join the groups, and please do help, because obviously you all are having online, right? So for some people, it might be a little difficult. For people who are repeating, it might be a little difficult to find groups. So because of that, that is the reason why this is there. But every group must input their group name and number of members in the group. And if the group has between 4 and 8 members, then people who are not currently part of a group can contact and get themselves into the group, right? Just because this is there and you haven't found a group doesn't mean that you get a chance to do a different assignment, or you don't need to do the assignment, or I feel sorry for you. That's not what it's there for. It's your responsibility. If you want the 40 marks, you get into a group in some format or the other, right? This is the only way I can help you. So please use it. And for the others also, I'm imploring you, please do help out. If somebody wants to join your group, please let them, as long as it's maximum of 8 minutes. Okay, that's just a ground setting for you all to start on the assignment. And we can discuss it next week when we meet. Right. So we stop at that. Thank you. So the first part of the assignment is due on Wednesday, not next Wednesday, Wednesday after. So which is what? Question of, next Wednesday, 3rd. Next Wednesday is 27th. Assignment is not due on the 27th. Wednesday after, 3rd. Yeah. So we stop there. Is there a question?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.